with most rap artists, they come from a rough neighborhood, so they're a little more desensitized. So and self-esteem is low because in these neighborhoods we're all taught that we're less than and we're not equal to everyone else in the world. So they're fighting against that, against the self-esteem and against ego and against everyone ignoring us from that point, and they're young. For so long, we were living in these neighborhoods boxed in, and those neighborhoods were our world. A lot of people from Brooklyn didn't even take a trip to Manhattan. Never been in Central Park. It's 20 minutes away, and it's free. It's a free park. Yeah. And, a lot of people have never been in it. Our little world was all we knew. We didn't know anything outside of that world. So to look and see people that look like you achieving great things is like, oh, there is more, and it proves self-esteem and it improves upon self-worth, because a lot of choices are made from the position of, my life is not worth much and I'm not, this sort of living is not much. So if I risk my life, what am I really missing? But if you know how valuable human life is, you have more respect for yours and for others. I wanted to make the case that rap is poetry for one, and, some of the decisions we made to give those decisions context. Why these songs are the way they are. Why there's this certain gangster rap. Why this, is taking place. Chuck D famously said that, rap is the CNN for the ghetto.
Those brothers on the corner have the entrepreneur spirit also. He was able to develop an operation that made $3 and $4 million at different points. It would mean that he'd have to be pretty organized to organize a bunch of animals, right? Mm-hmm. Where I'm from, there is no recession. So there's no money there to begin with.
When losing's not an option, then you got to do everything possible to win. And I don't understand how they become complacent and feel like, oh, it's okay. You get people that deal with things by not actually dealing with them and allow you, you're the boss and you actually work for them. Because when you don't call them to say anything about what's going on, they just sit there like, he's coming. He's coming to tell me what's going on, and then when he does, they're going to do the portion of the job that they're comfortable with.
Do you want to feel like you're afraid all the time, or do you start to become the aggressor? And you start saying, you know what? You ain't got to find me because I'm looking for you. See, because the guy at the schoolyard doesn't want to fight, always leaves with a black eye. The moment that you show people that you're not willing to fight, they want to fight.
And I don't mind losing. I just like to lose at my expense. Let it be my fault. If I'm losing based on someone else's decision to do it, I'm furious about it. Yeah. Because I'm like, I could have learned it and made better judgment myself than to just allow that to happen. I got instincts. A lot of people will gauge your level of intelligence by you having an associate's, bachelor's, or a master's degree. But a lot of those people retain information long enough to pass midterms and never use it.
I just pretty much follow my instincts. Experience and wealth of knowledge and all these things that I've been through and all these things that I've seen, and I've seen, both sides of the equation.
If you say something to me today, I'll remind you. I'll remember what you said to me. And that's how I learn a lot of the things that I said, is because I'm there. And you ever heard of ear hustling? Oh, yeah. I'm trying to hold on to everything that flies across.
Yeah, we sat there at Theo's office, we talked, and the first thing he said to me when he came in was like, yo, spoke to the Wolves. They was like, it's cool, sit down, y'all do business. And the only thing that prevented me from doing a deal was the first thing Skane said to me when I walked in.
I spoke to the Wolves?
I spoke to the Wolves. So how would I do business or sign to someone who had to ask someone else permission?
Who we are and where we come from, there hasn't been, our generation, we haven't acquired wealth to hand down and give the opportunities to the next generation. So my goal is that, that my next generation can have a better start than I had. I won't have to start so far, where I come from. So we have to take care of our family first, as well as giving to charities.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be the bad guy. So where's the good guys? Where's their effort to fix this?
Right.
It's like, all right, you're at the light. Funny, we're sitting in that position too. Like you pull up to the light in a Bentley, you got a Musan. You just like smooth. 2013, and I pull up at the light in a hoopty. I'm in a Dodge, 93 Dodge Caravan. I didn't wash it. And I'm telling you, roll the window down. Roll the window down. And you look over, and you don't roll your window down. He won't roll his window down. Take the same scenario, you put that guy in that Bentley at the light, and the guy pulls up next to him in a Ferrari and says, hey, roll the window down. He'll roll the window down because it was a choice.
Mm-hmm.
But he feels like you may have something to say of value. But if you actually want to make the window roll down, you have to fit the description.
That had to be run on my own energy. You know, I had to convince myself that I'm gonna make it. You know, regardless of how people felt at that time. And what it does is it makes you feel like, well, it made me feel like there's gonna be points that people are gonna mistake my confidence for. You know, I had to believe in myself in order to make these things happen. I feel like you can will yourself into a good space.
Mm-hmm.
Things that are meant to happen will. And if you believe in yourself enough, you can help yourself learn. You can inspire, yourself in different ways where you can actually discipline yourself.
As anybody who's been successful, you've always, the weight of who you are is on you as well.
Sure.
Do you have the power to get out from up under you? You know, the power to get out from everything you've done.
For me, you know what? I believe hard work pays off. You know, when you say it's been my year and it's my time, you know, Hollywood has a way of making everything seem like an overnight success. Yeah. Oh my God, where did this guy come from? Oh, this kid, who is he? Look, he's a massive star. I 18 years in the business, you know.
You put in your 10,000 hours.
I put in my time, you know. I got dues that have been paid and paid again and paid one more time after that. I stayed true to my dreams, and by doing that, eventually they came true. Everybody that's successful lays a blueprint out. You laid the blueprint out. You know, I can go down a list from comedians to actors to entrepreneurs to self-made moguls. You look at Russell Simmons, you look at Jay-Z, you look at Tyler Perry, you look at Puff. I mean, you're looking at people that start off with a small vision, and that vision manifested into something beyond expectation. So what I did was, from the people around me, my mentors, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, Pryor,
who are all on the walls.
all on the walls.
Yeah.
All on the walls.
So you surround yourself with that.
I surround myself with a constant reminder of who's great. Constantly. I come down these steps every day. I look at Richard. Oh, he's great. I see Eddie. He was great. I see Chris Rock. He was great. It's a constant reminder. What am I trying to achieve? I want to be great. So that motivates me. So what thing that separates me is my drive. My drive is other people's success.
You know, look, man, here's the thing. I'm becoming a businessman, guys.
Absolutely.
And as a businessman, you got to make business decisions. And right now, my business decisions are to own. And that's what I'm going to do.
He owned all the Laugh at My Pain.
All of it.
Nice. And that's doing quite well. It's doing quite well now.
You daggone right it's doing quite well.
Sheesh.
Would you say exact numbers? Fine, I'll tell you. Number one on iTunes for comedy right now. Overall movies, I think it's like number 11. It was in the top 10, then it dropped down. Stop playing, people. Continue to buy, man.
It did decent in the box office too, even though it wasn't in a lot of screens.
$8 million total in the box office, only on 200 screens.
Wow. So how much of that do you see?
It did $8 million in the box office. I put up the money, so it all comes back to Heartbeat Production.
Life is too short, and I feel like everyone needs to live, love, and laugh, and understand, like, you know, you're constantly evolving. Things are constantly changing. Things are constantly putting people in a position where they can get better and do better. We're doing a lot better. A lot better. You're going to have bumps in the road. You're going to have things that happen that make you have a hiccup and question, are we doing better? But that's life. That's the course of life. But, you know, I'm a positive person. I'm a realistic and positive person. So I see where we are. I'm happy with where we are. And I know where we can be 5 or 10 years from now. It can continue to get better and grow.
I've done so many pilots, man. I've had shows that have been canceled. I think I've been a part of a good 6 or 7 canceled TV shows.
Nice.
So,
But all you need is that one yes, though.
all you need is one. But it's do you have the patience to go through what it takes to get the one?
That's what I mean. See that? Are you still thinking about the next time and the next time? That's what I'm doing. I can't think about this shit. What's after this?
Here's the good thing about Kevin Hart. I love to work, and I'm successful by doing what I do best and making people laugh. I don't feed into negativity.
What I decided to do, I decided to take my own money, put my own money in myself. In other words, invest in me. When you invest in yourself, you give a bigger effort than you would with anything else because it's all you on the line.
I enjoy making people laugh, man. What I do, I feel I can go all over the world, and I have. The one thing that everybody shares is laughter. That's the one thing. Me being universal and appealing to everybody keeps me relevant for as long as I want to be relevant. At the end of the day, I'm responsible for a good time. If you're having a bad day, you can watch some Kevin Hart, and you might forget about those problems for a second.
I think with any level of success, you're gonna get negativity. The thing is how do you handle it? You can feed negativity with negative responses, or you can feed negativity with success. At the end of the day, if you continue to do what you do to the best of your ability, the people that are being negative have to evaluate themselves and go, yo, instead of taking the time to be angry, maybe I just need to go and do what I'm supposed to do on my side. Right. So now I'm coming up on a path that was already built. I'm just elevating it for our generation, and I'm trying to make it unique.
But what's the trick? What did you do that was that extra step? You woke up earlier?
Put that work in, yo. Put that work in. That's the one thing that I think can't be questioned about me. I'm passionate right now. I'm not the guy that's just selling wolf tickets. I'm the guy that's actually putting the work in the streets. So when you really are a star and you get out there and, hey, what's up, man? And I shake your hand, I look you in the eye, and whatever you got to say, I listen for 2 seconds, and you take your picture, and it's more, it goes on to go, hey, that's a real guy. That's a guy that appreciates it. And I think those people, they root for you. And genuinely, now you're building an army of people that support a vision. That's not just for myself. I want to see these other actors and actresses come up and win. Like I said, I'm following the path that's already been paved. I'm just trying to widen it up more. So now the other people coming up after me can go, yo, all right, we did this. But now who's going to try to do the next thing?
First person I'd like to thank is my mom. I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but my mom was pregnant with me at the age of 15. Man, she was always told by family, friends, neighbors, or whatever, she's going to ruin her life and mine. So throughout my entire childhood, being a success was always embedded in my head because those people that were saying that shit could not be right.
I have the same frustration that I had when I was doing the first album because there's a lot of people out there talking shit about, oh, he ain't gonna be able to do it again, oh, he's falling off. I ain't falling off shit, but diving boards, straight up.
You gotta have your eyes on the prize, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, there ain't nothing on this planet I can't do, you know what I'm saying? Real. That's how I feel, and that's why I'm gonna stay at the level I am, you know what I'm saying? On top of everybody, if not one of the best producers in the world, period.
We try to do groundbreaking things, you know. We try to be trendsetters, and we never follow suit. We never follow what's going on out there, you know. We try to do the exact opposite, or just do something different and make everybody switch over to what we're doing.
The secret to my longevity, I think, is the fact that I'm a perfectionist, you know, and I listen to everybody's shit, you know. I mean, even R&B. I listen to classical music sometime, I listen to heavy metal, I just listen to everything, you know, and really I listen to the whack shit more, you know, because I want to know what not to do.
I'm actually leaving this event right when I'm done and going to the studio and getting back in it, you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to give everybody what they want and not give them this new word I came up with. It's called anticipation.
Yeah, my idea has always been to protect my brand and make sure that everything that I do is quality. And it was just hands down the best of its kind, of whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's been my thing from the top. Just make sure that everything that I do is the shit. That's it.
It's not everything that you see in videos, you know? Most people in videos are fronting anyway. I think people are limited because they're very well influenced by people that's around them or people that's in the media, you know? You see somebody criticizing something, you're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think like that. I'm only going to do what I like. The record business is exactly what it is. Record business. And you have to take care of both, or they won't take care of you.
First of all, you have to make sure that this thing is for you, and it's who you are, and you're built for this. You know, and then you have to give it the passion that's necessary. You know, like I said, I don't do it for the money. The money is going to come. I do it because of the love that I have for it. You know what I'm saying? If I was a plumber or something like that, I still would make hip-hop records. That's how much love I have for it, you know? I feel like right now, I've been in the game close to 27 years, and I've actually thought about this just recently. Out of the entire my 27-year career, there's only been 2 weeks that I've been out of the studio. I've never been out of the studio longer than 2 weeks in my entire career. That's how much love I have for this thing that I do. So that's the thing, just the passion that you have for it, and really, really put your all into it, and make sure that your word is the last word. That way, you don't play the blame game or anything like that. If it comes out hot, it's on you. If it doesn't come out hot, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is to it.
No matter how hard you work in the studio, no matter what you do, you don't know if people are going to dig it, you know? For me, some of the records that I'm real pumped up on that I do are not the ones that hit, you know? You never know. I do feel like I got to get in and do my music to the best of my ability, you know? And I feel like I'm my worst critic, you know? If I'm not digging it, it ain't the shit. What I think has to change for people, as far as longevity, is looking at people that have made it in the business. You know, Quincy Jones, people like that. That's my mentor right there, because he started at a young age the same as I did, and he's still doing his thing and having fun with it. You know, it ain't about who has the flyest car, who has the most jewelry, you know. It ain't about that. It's about saving and preparing yourself for when your shit ain't happening no more, you know, because it's going to happen sooner or later. You know, you never know when, you know. When Dr. Dre falls off, if and when that happens, I'm cool. I'll never have to touch another button as long as I live, straight up. I'm cool, you know. And that's what you have to think. You have to say, okay, I know I'm gonna fuck off some money, so let me put this money over here to fuck off, right? And let me save this. Let me save this. Take care of your taxes, take care of all that shit. You gotta make sure you're prepared when the shit gets thick. But for me, it's just fun. I love doing it. I love making music. I love creating. I love listening to it. I love listening to somebody that does something different and creative, because it pumps me up into getting in the studio. And it also makes money. It's gonna better my life and my family's life. So it's all good. You may see people talking about how if they get a lot of money or something like that, they're gonna stay in the ghetto, they're gonna stay in the projects. That means if you're staying there, you're gonna allow your mother and your family to stay there also. And that's bullshit, straight up, you know? The change has to happen somewhere in your generation. You know, for my family, I'm saving money, and I want my kids to start on another level. I don't want them to start in the projects. No, that means they have to build for their families. If they start at a higher level, you know, their families are going to get better. That means your generation down the line, they're going to have a foundation, you know, and I'm going to set the foundation. Just know your business and know what you're getting into before you get into it. Straight up, because this is a fucking dog-eat-dog world, straight up.
Is motivation necessary? Motivation is an unnecessary tool which leaves you procrastinating and goalless from focusing on being in the right state of mind. Motivation is useless because it leaves you procrastinating. Mel Robbins, a motivational speaker and former clinical defense attorney, labels motivation as garbage. The problem with motivation is we are only motivated to do easy tasks. However, we need to do challenging tasks we just aren't motivated to do. Listen to Mel Robbins' 4-minute audio and tell me if you are not convinced.
You called me the master of motivation, and I think motivation is complete garbage, so maybe we should start there.
That is a perfect place to start. So I totally agree with you. But why do you say that? I do, 100%. Now, I said that in the spirit of, I know what you're trying to do, so it is meant with absolute reverence. But why do you say that it's garbage?
Well, and we'll talk a lot about this, but I think it's garbage because at some point we all bought into this lie that you got to feel ready in order to change.
Yeah.
We bought into this complete falsehood that at some point you're going to have the courage. At some point you're going to have the confidence, and it's total bullshit, frankly. Are we allowed to swear on this show? Okay. It's complete garbage, and so there are so many people in the world, and you know, you may be watching this right now, And you have these incredible ideas, and what you think is missing is motivation. And that's not true. Because the way that our minds are wired, and the fact about human beings, is that we are not designed to do things that are uncomfortable or scary or difficult. Our brains are designed to protect us from those things because our brains are trying to keep us alive. And in order to change, in order to build a business, in order to be the best parent, the best spouse, to do all those things that you know you want to do with your life, with your work, with your dreams, you're going to have to do things that are difficult, uncertain, or scary, which sets up this problem for all of us. You're never going to feel like it. Motivation's garbage. You only feel motivated to do the things that are easy, right?
Why do you think that is?
Oh, I know exactly why that is. Because I've studied this so much, because for me, one of the hardest things to figure out was, why is it so hard to do the little things that would improve my life? And what I've come to realize, and what we'll talk a lot about today, is that the way that our minds are designed is our minds are designed to stop you at all costs from doing anything that might hurt you. And the way that this all happens is it all starts with something super subtle that none of us ever catch. And that is with this habit that all of us have that nobody's talking about. We all have a habit of hesitating. We have an idea. You're sitting in a meeting. You have this incredible idea. And instead of just, saying it, you stop and you hesitate. Now, what none of us realize is that when you hesitate, just that moment, that micro moment, that small hesitation, it sends a stress signal to your brain. It wakes your brain up, and your brain all of a sudden goes, oh, wait a minute. Why is he hesitating? He didn't hesitate when he put on his killer spiky sneakers. He didn't hesitate with the really cool track pants. He didn't hesitate with the NASA t-shirt. Now he's hesitating to talk. Something must be up. So then your brain goes to work to protect you. It has a million different ways to protect you. One of them is called the spotlight effect. It's a known phenomenon where your brain magnifies risk. Why? To pull you away from something that it perceives to be a problem. And so you can truly trace every single problem or complaint in your life to silence and hesitation. Those are decisions. And what I do, and what's changed my life, is waking up and realizing that motivation's garbage. I'm never going to feel like doing the things that are tough or difficult or uncertain or scary or new. So I need to stop waiting until I feel like it. And number two, I am one decision away from a totally different marriage, a totally different life, a totally different job, a totally different income, a totally different relationship with my kids. Not like one decision, I'm divorcing you in the marriage example, but one decision on, you could be having a conversation with your spouse and you feel your emotions rise up, and within a tiny window, those emotions can take over and can impact how your marriage goes. Or you can learn how to take control of that micro moment and make a decision to act in a way that actually shifts your marriage. Your life comes down to your decisions. And if you change your decisions, you will change everything.
Motivation is not good enough. It leaves you goalless by always focusing on being in the right state of mind. At www.wisdomination.com, there is an article labeled "Screw Motivation, What You Need is Discipline." The article is letting you know if your actions are based on feelings, then you'll waste time and never accomplish your goals. In other words, if you wait until you feel like doing stuff, you're screwed. Others may argue that motivation is all you need to accomplish your goals. One of these groups of people is the personnel from mindtools.com. They claim that if your people aren't motivated, it's unlikely that they'll reach their true potential. Not necessarily true. It's proven that discipline beats motivation all the time. Heck, discipline even beats talent. Celebrities tell you motivational stuff all the time. How long does that rush of positive emotions last? Not long. And I played motivational tracks in this video to show you it's not a useful tool. I don't care how motivational 50 Cent, Jay-Z, Kevin Hart, or Dr. Dre are. Their words won't keep you going. Motivation is fleeting. Acquire discipline, and remember, keep searching for the answers to your problems. Like and share. Thank you.